Today, I want to have an honest conversation with you about buying seeds and seed companies, and I'm also going to share with you my two favorite ways to get seeds that aren't from a seed company. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kayla, and this is 5 Canadian Acres. I just really like to share with you some of the ideas and reasons behind why we make these decisions so you can make the best decision for you and your garden. Now, when it comes to seed companies, there are so many choices out there. And I know because I just did a list, and I'll link it below, of all the seed companies I could find in Canada, big to small, and even a few in the US that ship to Canada as well. There were seed companies that I had never even heard of that have been around for over 100 years. So it's really nice to see that these local seed companies, which are huge to the people around them and they've known about them, I've never even heard of. So there's a lot of sustainability in buying seeds from these local companies. But again, it's just going to depend on what matters to you and where your priorities are. There are 4 sort of criteria that I look at when I'm ordering from a seed company, and I'll break them all down further. But just up front, the 4 are money, the packaging, the varieties they offer, and their source of their seeds. Let's start out with the price. Now, we can't just go with price per package because that's what you see. I'm going to buy a package of tomato seeds and they're $2. I'm going to buy this package of tomato seeds and they're $5. But there are 2 actual other considerations to think about when your prices of packages. And that is the amount of seeds per package as well as the germination rate. So really the amount of seeds per package, if we can go and start to think about it that way, we're actually going to break it down to price per seed. So if you buy a pack of tomato seeds for $5 and there's 10 seeds in there, each of those seeds actually cost 50 cents. But if you only paid $1 for 10 seeds, then each of those seeds only costs 10 cents. So we often have to look at how many seeds are in per pack, and some list that right on there, this many seeds, but approximately this many seeds, or some will actually put it in grams. So you might have to do some sort of conversion. If you're in the store, you're able to actually feel kind of the packages and see how much are in there. But if you're ordering online, you're just going to have to go by their seed count or their weight of the package. And then for germination rate, well, germination rate is just basically like how many percentage of those seeds are going to germinate. So a 98% germination rate would be 98 out of 100 seeds are going to germinate. So if you have a package where you're paying a lot for very few seeds and the germination rate is low, of course, you're not going to be actually getting as much value. Now, some companies do say their germination rate on their packages or on their websites. But another thing is you have to think of over time. If you buy a package of 50 tomato seeds and you're not planting 50 this year, the germination rate will go down slowly over time. So sometimes you want to buy a smaller package, or better yet, split it with a friend, and then you're both going to be able to use those seeds all up. Seeds can last a very long time when they're stored correctly. So you can get more seeds than you need and store them correctly, and they will still germinate years later, but that germination rate does generally go down. Now, the other thing for cost is shipping. Some of these companies offer free shipping. If you order a certain amount, they'll ship for free. Even some of the ones from the States. The other ones, you're paying $12, $13. So if you're only ordering 2, 3 packets of seeds, you're really adding on to the cost. If you can do a really big order, then that shipping cost usually is a little more reasonable. I order from Salt Spring Seeds every year, and they have a cool thing where it's 4 seeds. They can fit them in a little letter envelope, and it's only $2 shipping, which is very reasonable. Now, if you don't want to pay shipping, there's usually a lot of local greenhouses which will carry some of these bigger seed companies' seeds, so you can just go and buy them right from the greenhouses, and then you don't have to pay shipping at all. And one more little point, if like price and cost is really important to you and you only have a small amount of space and you're really trying to maximize what you can grow this year, is to think about what you're growing. If you buy carrots, that's 1 carrot seed is growing 1 carrot. But if you buy tomatoes, cucumbers, 1 tomato seed, 1 cucumber seed is going to grow a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers. So that's something to think about too if you are limited in those capacities. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is packaging. Sounds a little weird, but packaging can actually make a really big difference. I actually have a bunch of seeds here, all different companies and all different packagings, and you can see how different they are. Now, I generally don't like to discriminate for packaging because, these smaller seed companies, something like this, they really have a fine line with what they can spend. And to me, this is perfectly great. I know what it is, how much it weighs. They have a little bit of information on the back as well. You have a big seed company like Baker's Creek in the States. You get these beautiful pictures. They have very good information on the back. But to me, I'm buying a seed. I'm not buying a picture. So while they are beautiful, I don't mind getting them. Like even this one, this is from T&T here in Canada, and they just come in brown envelopes. They do have some information. And if you don't want to go up, look the information, then it's nice to have it on the package. But for me, you just as easily go online and search up what information that you need. Some of the other ones, like the West Coast Seeds, they have pretty nice packaging, lots of good information as well. Yeah, as you can see, I don't discriminate against seed companies. Some of these, you know, I've ordered, and some of them I just, you know, impulse purchases at the store. So for packaging, and then again, some of them like the West Coast Seeds has the germination percent right there on it, but this is a 98% germination. Well, I bought these seeds in 2002 and they're lettuce seeds, so I don't think they're 98% germination. So sometimes those impulse purchases can come and bite you because, well, I'll try it this year. But one thing I really do appreciate when it comes to packaging is some of them you just rip off, like the Mackenzie seeds and stuff. I did an order from Revival Seeds last year and I really like it because they have like kind of like sticky stuff on here that you can kind of, it doesn't totally reseal, but it reseals for a bit. And then that keeps them from spilling everywhere, and you have seeds all over your seed container not knowing what they are. I think even some have some nice like resealable Mylar envelopes, which would be really handy as well. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is varieties. For me, this is a really, really big thing for when I'm picking what seed company I want to order from, because at this point, I'm looking for specific varieties. And a lot of these big seed companies, they don't really carry those specialty kind of things. So I'm ordering from a lot of smaller seed companies now. When I first started, my first big garden, besides just, you know, the little bit here and there, I did an order from TNT Seeds and Mackenzie Seeds, and I got a whole bunch of seeds of just, you know, your standard green beans and all that kind of stuff. And it was great. Very reasonably priced. Got everything that I needed to grow. But now, as over the years, I'm growing really random things, and you get all these like ideas when you're on the message boards, like, oh, I want to grow that. And these seeds, a lot of times you have to go hunting and you're finding them from really small seed companies. And that's okay. It's really nice to support them. And the fourth thing that I like to consider is the source. Now, where are these seed companies sourcing their seeds? Even though Mackenzie Seeds or some of these bigger seed companies are a Canadian seed company, they source their seeds from all over the world. Whereas you find a lot of times, like I went on like the Revival website and you can read their seeds are all locally sourced. They're contracted from local growers grown in that area. So if you're looking at, you know, locally adapted seeds, which I highly recommend, that is a really good place, is to go to a local seed company in your province, in your area, or in a like climate like yours, where they grow all their seeds on their farm or locally, and you're going to get a really good seed that will grow well for your area. Now, that's not the be all end all. I mean, I've ordered seeds from way down in the States and they've grown fine here, but just if you have a choice, that could be a little bit of a better option. Now, again, to find out like the source where they get their seeds and stuff, you're going to have to go online to their websites and find that information there, or potentially email them about it. But I did make that list. If you click in the description, there is links to all of the websites with the company name, so you can go ahead to their website and then see what they have to offer. Now, lastly, like I said, there's two other places I love to get my seeds that are not from a seed company. The first one is my garden. Saving seeds can save you a lot of money and also give you really good plants. This here is actually all my saved seeds. So, I mean, this is a few years worth, but if you look in here, this is probably like hundreds of dollars worth of seeds. And this is going to save me a lot of money and grow me a lot of food, which I like to do. And the other great place that I love to get seeds is through a seed swap. Check your local area. We have a lot here in Canada. They're like Seedy Sundays or Seedy Saturdays. If you go onto the Seeds of Diversity website, which I will link below as well, they have a list of all these Seedy Sundays and Seedy Saturdays. I think one here in Edmonton is March 24th or something. I'll definitely be going because it is amazing. All these gardeners come together and there's seeds and you're swapping. And it's just a really great place to find locally adapted seeds for free. Again, you can take your seeds that you save and share them. And then also they usually, like at the one here, they had a bunch of different little smaller seed companies that were local. So I was able to buy seeds directly from them. And if you don't have a seed swap in your area, I suggest maybe trying to get one going and develop one. You can check with your local horticultural societies because that's generally where you find a lot of gardeners, and go ahead and make one because they're really great. There's also online seed swaps too. So hopefully that helped you a little bit with your decision of where you're going to order your seeds. Of course, I don't discriminate. I order from all different companies. I'm ordering from 3 new companies this year that I've never ordered from before because, again, they have those specific random seeds that I need. I'll be sure to do a seed haul video once those all come in. I hope you have a great time shopping for seeds this year and find exactly what you're looking for. And pretty soon, we're going to be planting them. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.